because Spike TV starts replaying it, I think maybe 6 or 7 times a day for like the next 3 weeks. It becomes like an infomercial for the UFC. Was it difficult for you to walk around in public after that?
It took a while to catch on. There was a delay. Like the week after that fight, I was back home in Chicago and we had a viewing party. They were showing it again. So at like a local bar. I can't remember that. It was right on Weed Street there.
Joe's?
I think it was Joe's. Yeah. Yeah. So we had a viewing party there, and the bouncer there actually charged me the cover charge when I got there. And even though it was my own party, it was still only $5. But it's like, what the hell? Like, I'm having my viewing. No, you got to pay the cover. So it took a while. But yeah, luckily the UFCs weren't every week back then. They were every 3 months, the pay-per-views. So you had to wait a long time to get your next dose of MMA. So in the meantime, all people could do is, rewatch that fight. And that's just the luck of the time. It sucks guys today have those amazing fights, and then the next week, like, there's a new show and everyone's forgot about that amazing fight, which kind of sucks. So that kind of worked out in my favor in terms of making me recognizable. Definitely.
What was the dealing with the level of fame? Because obviously it elevated quite a bit for you. What was it like dealing with that?
Honestly, like, just hanging around with like my friends and my crew, whatnot, it was no big deal. I didn't really notice it, but here's how I could explain it to people. Like, getting famous like that, like, the only difference is that strangers want to take pictures with you. That's really about it. You go some places, you could be anywhere. I remember being at the airport in Thailand and Irish guys recognized me. Hey, or I was like in Nebraska or something and jogging. Like, I think it was an MMA show out there, and some guy driving by in a truck. Hey, Stephan Bonnar. It was just kind of like, whoa, like it being in all these obscure parts of the country and people knowing me and just wanting to come up and get a picture of me. But it also, like, it's not all that great either, because I remember Mike Bardash, who was one of my boxing coaches, along with Joe Kane, he'd actually get in there with me and give me rounds. He won a Golden Gloves title back in the day, and he kind of mentored me. And I remember I got the news that he had died. He had died, and got the news, and I was really, upset about it. And then I remember like walking down the street and someone, oh, Stephan Bonnar, let me get a picture. And I remember thinking like, man, a good friend of mine, I just found out he died, man. You mind not doing that? And you think someone would be like, oh yeah, no problem. Human. I understand. You'd be like, oh, come on, it will only take a second. Come on, dude, here, he click selfie. And I just remember there thinking like, wow, like, man, like, I'm famous, but like, I just feel like I got shit on. Like, it's like, that's not too cool. Like, people, they're, inherently selfish, and they want a picture, and they don't care about your life or what's happened to you or what you're going through. They want that damn picture, and they get that, and then they're done with you, and then smell you later, and that, that's kind of it. I never really like got too carried away in that. Like, that's, the whole fame and like dressing in suits all the time and stuff like that and fancy jewelry, or it just wasn't me.
Okay. So at one point, and we're wrapping up, Stephan, you've given us a ton of your time, obviously.
Check out the full interview on iTunes, Spotify, and all major podcast platforms.